Yo, have you heard of American Ninja Warrior? That's a great show on NBC that features contestants performing feats of strength, agility, balance, and perseverance. I'm creating a new show, and I'm looking for contestants just like you. You must have the ability to survive, evade, resist, and escape. Do you have what it takes to become the next African American Ninja Warrior? You gotta be able to get away from the cops, dogs, and your baby mama. You gotta have an amazing first step and endurance. Let's meet our first contestant, DeAndre Biggs. He almost made it to the top of Ninja Mountain. He used the cunning and death-defying strategy of climbing down the power line
to switch over to the other side using several power lines as his base to just basically use some more.
He was captured, so he won't get to hold that Golden Ninja Championship trophy, but that doesn't mean you don't have what it takes. Can you survive a fall from a second-story window and walk it off? Can you jump over a speeding car? Keep practicing, player. You gotta work on your technique. It could be done. And if you survive, you could be crowned the next African American Ninja Warrior. Look, I have not forgotten about my Caucasian friends. You can win this award too. My lawyers have told me that I cannot discriminate and crime is crime. So if you resist the police during a traffic stop, climb from a burning meth lab, or subdue a potential kidnapper in the Bronx, you can also become the African American Ninja Warrior Champion. Send your submissions to me now at glibtalkradio@gmail.com. That's glibtalkradio@gmail.com. Once again, that's glibtalkradio@gmail.com, or tweet me at glibtalkradio. Like, subscribe, and share this video and survive. Until next time, peace. Hey, what's up, Dre? I was just going through some old stuff, and I saw that this morning. I was like, I'm gonna play that shit. I thought that shit was funny. It didn't get that many views. It's been sitting in the back. I'm about to get started in a second. I'm just finishing up some shit. I'm gonna play one more video, then we gonna go.
You could have subscribed to any other YouTube channel, but you chose to subscribe here. So, hit that notification, hit that like button, and tune in with Adrian and Glib Talk. If you talking to hear your own voice, that's Glib. Using your platform to poop and pimp, that's Glib. I can sell drinking water to a fish with Glib. Tune in for a discussion with Glib. It's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk. 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 Let's all get right on the late night with a little discussion or a heated debate on sports, news, current events. Glib Talk is where you gotta tune in for facts and different opinions. This is Glib Talk, hosted by Adrian, who dissects the dichotomy of the fake news by its views. Trying to get to the truth, but we can just shoot the shit. We all trolls in here, that's why the chat stay lit. In the live stream when everyone clowns, let off a little steam. So go ahead and smash the like button. You can subscribe to the page, turn on the notification for the live stream, and upload updates. If you talking to hear your own voice, that's Glib. Using your platform to poop and pimp, that's Glib. I can sell drinking water to a fish with Glib. Tune in for a discussion with Glib. It's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk. 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 I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. If you are a first-time viewer, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then everyone who enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that smash that like button. And turn on the notifications. So you won't be tuned out and you can tune in. This is Glib Talk with your host, Adrian. I gotta shoot a special shout out to my dude, my nigga, Nate, for the track. Good looking. I am Bizzle Kong. This is Glib Talk. Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the music sounded well. I think it sounded good, but I don't know. It's up to a debate. But it took me. I bought this computer probably 2 years ago. I had this computer for fucking 2 years, and the fucking audio has never worked right when I played music, and I did not know why. But I just never had the time to figure it out. So I would go live. I think I had it set up right. Play the music. It sound fucked up. I said I'll fix it next time. But just never really had time. And I ain't really been going live. I just be busy doing other shit. So I just don't really have time to dedicate to going live. So I avoid playing music. I avoid playing clips because I don't know how the audio is going to sound, and it fucking pisses you off when you do it, and then the people say we didn't even hear that. Like, that was a huge waste of my time and yours too. So I've been off all week. First time probably in my fucking life that I took a week off of work with no plans to do anything really, but nothing, or whatever the hell I wanted to do. Like, as if I were living my life where I didn't have to work, what would I do? And I found that I wouldn't do shit. I'd be cooking on the grill, doing work in the yard, putzing around, napping, exercise, more putzing around. I really didn't get nothing done this week, which is probably a good thing because I do too much, and I feel like I live my life with an agenda that I have to fulfill on a day-to-day basis. And I was very happy to not have a schedule, not have an agenda, not have anybody telling me where we needed to be or what I needed to do. But those days are over because the weekend is here and we got plans. So back to the grindstone of shit to do. But I got a pork butt in the smoker today, so that's what we're doing. We smoking a pork butt. Hopefully it'll get ready before the rain kicks in. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to finish it in the oven, and that's not so great. But I saw this video from JD Vance this morning, and it pissed me off. Pissed me off because number one, the culture war pisses me off. The culture war pisses me off, and I understand that in order to acquire power, to hold power, you have to create enemies. You have to create division amongst the people. You have to convince them who the problem is, point to that person, and then reinforce it over and over and over again. I hate that our shit in our society has gotten so bad that we have to go back through the doorway that we've already walked through before. The doorway where the politician stands in front of the crowd, stands in front of the audience, his constituents, and he tells them that their money's being stolen. This is JD Vance. He's standing in front of the people. He's telling them the system is being abused. And then he gives them someone to look at. He pulls out a picture of this black woman, the black woman that Marquita Barnes. He puts her up and says, "Look at her. Look at her smug smile. Look at her Louis Vuitton bag. This is the person who you should hate. This is the person who's stealing from you. This is the person who's taking from your tax money. Look at what she bought with your money." In our society, we don't even have to explain what a welfare queen is. If somebody said it, you know who he was talking about. You wouldn't have to call her black. You wouldn't have to describe her. But he does give a picture, and he doesn't have to tell you her race because you can see it. It's evident. So you could say, oh, he's just talking about fraud. But he's not just talking about fraud, because in Minnesota, they had fraud. And the woman who was the mastermind of this welfare fraud was a white woman. And you haven't seen them put her up, but they talk about the Somali welfare fraud. They call it the Somali welfare fraud, while it was a plan devised by a white woman who's currently in prison right now for the crime she committed, but they don't talk about that. They put up a picture of Marquita Barnes, who, I ain't defending this lady. I don't know this lady, and I don't care to know her. If she committed fraud, prosecute her. Get the money back, send her to prison if that's what the law say. Whatever it is, fraud is fraud, corruption is corruption. Theft from taxpayers is theft from taxpayers. But this isn't about whether she committed a crime. It is about whether America will choose to hold corporate crime to the same standard. I mean, we've seen this before. Like, this is not new. This is Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan created this character in the 80s. Ronald Reagan used this to create a culture war in the 80s, manipulating the people to believe that these welfare queens existed, taking your money, riding around in fucking Cadillac cars and buying expensive clothes and living lavishly while the hardworking Americans were paying for it. While there may be people of this ilk that exist, it is not to the level of which they would like it to be, although it is easy to find the hatred because America is a racist ass fucking place. And they don't have to tell you the welfare queen is black. They show you a picture of one and you can believe that every single black person you ever see that pulls out a food stamp card, that pulls out a food stamp book, that lives off Section 8 is somehow manipulating and sucking off the teat of the system through fraud. They don't even have to, they put her up there so that you would know who the hell they were talking about without having to say it. Because they don't have to say she's black. You can see she's black. And this ain't the first time they've done it. This isn't the first time they've done it. They're just doing it again. They're presenting a person who the taxpayer should resent, who the taxpayer could blame for their problems. Why is it that you can't get a job? The welfare queens. How come you can't get any subsidies? The welfare queen. How come there's no more money available through the social programs that are supposed to be the safety net for all of American citizens? The welfare queens. They're the ones that are taken from you. They're the ones that are taken from you. They're the most effective way for the Republican Party to convince you that their economic policies would work were it not for these welfare queens. And they're everywhere. You see them every time you go to the store. Every time you go to Walmart, you see them. How the hell does this person have food stamps and Air Jordan sneakers? It's got to be welfare fraud. How the hell does this person have a fucking a new car and food stamps? It's got to be welfare fraud. How do they get all that furniture and televisions in that apartment? Got to be welfare fraud. And this is just a rehashing of a story that they told in the 80s, and it worked then and it works now, because the welfare queen, she represents laziness. She represents dependency, criminality, government waste. And while politicians, they don't always have to say black, people will just understand. They'll just understand. We know who you're talking about. We'll fill in the blank. Don't worry about it. I got the picture. I got the picture. And now the technology's improved for them to get this word out, to spread this message. But I was offended by J.D. Vance's speech yesterday, him presenting this black woman. And then, and I will play the clip, but fuck that. You if you really care, you can go find it. Just type in J.D. Vance welfare queen or J.D. Vance black woman Louis Vuitton bag or something like that. You'll find it. He gave it speech yesterday. There's another black woman in the picture, and they could have very easily taken her out of the picture. There's a fucking digital photo, but they left her in the picture and say, "Oh, the other lady in the picture, she didn't do nothing wrong." But we're going to put them up there together just so you'll know these motherfuckers is working together. Like, what the fuck? Like, if she's not doing anything wrong, then why is she not cropped out of the picture? Why didn't you remove her? She's in the picture because you want her in the picture. That's why. That's why. What they've done is fucked up. And it doesn't have to be, but it is. But this story is remarkably familiar to me. I woke up this morning. It was one of the first things I saw when I opened up my phone. And I said, I'm going to talk about this for 30 minutes because it's bullshit. Because it's bullshit. And this is how, like, you wonder, how is the Republican Party going to sell to the American people that what they've done worked, right? Mass immigration didn't work. Fucking unemployment's going up. Employability is going down. So getting rid of the immigrants didn't make more jobs. Tariffs didn't work. Cost of goods went up. Jobs went away because the cost of goods went up. Did more factories come to America? No, that didn't help. Didn't solve any problems for us. Didn't solve any problems for us. What did we do? We started a war, an expensive ass war. A war that's so expensive that the military is running out of weapons. The military is running out of weapons because we weren't prepared for this war. We weren't prepared to launch so many fucking missiles. We weren't prepared to sustain this. But then they started looking back into the coffers and they realized, where the fuck all our weapons go? Where did all our weapons go? We had all of these weapons. We got all these military contracts with all these people. And we looked into the cash and we realized either the weapons were never delivered or they were fucking stolen because we don't have them anymore. But the government, J.D. Vance, isn't telling us about that. He's not talking about that corruption. He wants you to know that Marquita Barnes stole $140,000 and she's got a Louis Vuitton bag, which is insane. It is insane to me. They want to ask the American taxpayer, are you not angry with this woman? And I say, if we want to be angry, we can start with the subsidy of all of these billion-dollar corporations by the federal government. We can start with the lack of accountability with the federal government and how they're spending our money. The government's spending billions of dollars subsidizing corporations. They're spending billions purchasing weapons. They're spending billions financing infrastructure projects. They're spending billions paying government contractors. They're spending billions of dollars supporting industries deemed essential to the national interest, like SpaceX. Some of these programs are legitimate. Some are necessary. Some create jobs, and some do protect national security. But some are a fucking spectacular waste of money. They're full of corruption, full of favoritism and incompetence. We see it with the reflecting pool. We see it with the park projects that supposedly they spent hundreds of millions of dollars fixing the fountains, and then someone actually goes to look at the fountains and say, all of the fountains look like shit. They're all fucking flowing green algae-filled water. Why? I thought we fixed it. We spent $13 million fixing something that don't work. Where'd the money go? Maybe we didn't spend $13 million fixing something. Maybe somebody got money in the pocket. Maybe this is just more government corruption. But in our America, we don't look at that and say that's a problem. We don't look to the guy who got the no-bid contract for $13 million. We look to the welfare queen. We look to the welfare queen who supposedly got $140,000 in illegal benefits. And that's the reason why you can't find the job or you can't get welfare benefits, because she got it all, not the $13 million that it went to Trump's friend to do a project that he doesn't have any experience doing. When this corruption is exposed, they don't bring this to the light. They don't show us the face of the corruption. They don't show us the CEO of the companies who did it. They don't zoom in on his fucking private jet or show you his watch. Nobody asks about his wife or where they went for vacation. Those people deserve what they got. Marquita Barnes don't deserve it. Why don't she deserve it? Look at her. We don't have to tell you why she don't. Look at her. The CEO of the company who got $13 million to fix the reflecting pool and is no better than it was before they started, deserves that money. He deserves the benefit. He deserves the profit. That's capitalism. That's the American way. Marquita Barnes, she's the problem. We don't have to tell you why she's the problem. Look at her. We're not going to show you who the CEO is. We're not going to show you what he bought with your money. We're not going to show you how he's living with your money, how he spent his 4th of July with your money. Just know that he got your money too. The president received a gift. No, not the president. The American people received the gift that the president has taken as his own personal gift. The Qatari One, Air Force One Qatari jet. The president, $500 million plane. It's going to cost $400 to $500 million to outfit the plane with the security that's needed for Air Force One. Who's paying for that? We are. Guess what I found out the other day? The fucking jet has to stay somewhere. They got to build a hangar. Guess how much the hangar's going to cost? another $300 to $400 million to build the building that they're going to put the goddamn plane in. Now listen, you can tell me all day about Marquita Barnes and her corruption, and I'll go with you, and I say, whenever you see this lady, lock her ass up, throw rocks at her, hit her in the head with a brick. I don't care. Do what you got to do to Marquita Barnes because she's committed fraud. But you can't tell me that the president spending $1 billion is necessary on a fucking Air Force One jet that he plans to take with him when he leaves. That's not the corruption. You serious now? That's not the corruption. The corruption is Marquita Barnes. Come on now. The presidential ballroom is supposed to be paid for from wealthy donors. It's somehow now being paid for by the American people. It's being paid for by tax money. It's something that's required. We need it. Hundreds of millions of dollars, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 million. Who knows how much it's going to cost in the end to build this ballroom. And that's necessary. And it's corruption because he's trying to build it without having Congress's authorization. He's trying to build it without having the authorization to make the changes to the White House. And he's going to do it with our money. And we shouldn't complain about that. We should know that Marquita Barnes is the face of fraud in America. And when we see her, we should throw shit at her. We should hit her with rocks and bricks and sticks. We should chase her around. She's the problem. The problem isn't the government corruption. The problem isn't the wasteful spending. The problem is her. Dell receives billions of dollars in government contracts. SpaceX. We're going to go to fucking Mars. While at the same time saying there is no viable way for humans to go to fucking Mars and live. Then why the hell are we giving billions of dollars to them so they can develop the technology for us to go? Why? Oh, because people are going to make money off it. Not you. But people are. We're subsidizing this company that has no real viable reason to be here because we don't have a reason to go where they're going to take us. Yet, Marquita Barnes is the problem. She's the problem. Billions of dollars in weapons and equipment have gone missing from the defense, Department of Defense, Department of War. We're not trying to find where the hell the weapons went. We're not doing an investigation to see where the equipment went. We're talking about Marquita Barnes and her $140,000 worth of fraud and why she's the reason that our government is running a deficit. She's the reason why the welfare programs don't have any resources available. Not that we've wasted so much money on all this other bullshit, that we're spending billions of dollars a day launching missiles into a country that doesn't care if we blow it up. They do not care if we blow it up. It makes them angry. They don't want to get blown up, but they ain't doing shit to stop it. If you're going to blow it up, it costs you more money to blow up our shit than it's going to cost us to rebuild it. That's their position, and they don't give a shit. They don't care about their people. Kill them. Whatever. Do what you got to do. The more you kill, the more angry the ones that survive are. And they're going to fucking fight back. They're going to fight to the fucking death. They don't care. So why don't we find another way to come up with a plan with these people? Because clearly they don't give a shit about what we're doing to them. All I know is that we're spending billions of dollars doing it, and there's not a return on the investment. But the problem is Marquita Barnes and $140,000 that she defrauded from the government through via welfare or whatever the hell she was doing. I don't know how to resolve this issue because the problem is inside of the American people. The problem is in our spirit that they can show us someone who should be less than us and say that person shouldn't have more than me. That's the problem. And we can see the billionaires, the welfare class of billionaires receiving all these benefits, and we'll say, well, they should have it because they're rich or they don't need it. Therefore, we should give it to them. Someone act like they don't need money, we should give them money. You need money, we'll tell you fucking get up and get it yourself. Get up and get it yourself. What the hell's wrong with you? But I know what's wrong. I know what's wrong is that it's a difficult position for the Republican Party to be in. They don't have an enemy. And the only way what they do works is by creating an enemy via grievances. They told you it was the immigrants. It didn't work because you're still here. You're still broke as you was before you started. They told us it was getting ripped off because of the tariffs. We need to raise tariffs. Well, they raised the tariffs. They didn't fix anything. They told us fucking OPEC. That's the reason why. But we're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna defeat them, and then we realize that it's a supply chain. It doesn't matter how much you drill, baby, drill. The supply chain sets the price. It's a market. We can drill, baby, drill all we want, but we need it. And even if we say we don't need those oil producing nations to provide us with oil, we need them to contribute to the market price to get our price down. We're screwed. We're screwed. And the people who are in charge are incompetent. And the only answer that they can come up with is to put this black woman on the screen and say, this is the problem with the fucking country. Marquita Barnes, this black lady, she committed fraud. She's the problem. I don't believe in this double standard. I don't believe that we should view Marquita Barnes as the enemy while cheering for Elon Musk to get billions of dollars in government contracts, of which he's not going to produce a single fucking thing. I believe we should look at it all the same, as this is all corruption, that it all should be investigated, that it all should be stopped. We should not have fucking allow the government to take our money and stand in our face and tell us the problem in our country is poor people. When there's all of these rich people getting subsidies on their rich ass fucking life, billions and billions of dollars, billions and billions of dollars. And they flip that around and get the middle class and the working poor to point to the poor and say they're the fucking problem. We can't let them do that to us again. It worked in the 80s. It worked. And the people in the poorest places found out that the government considered them to be the people they're talking about. And they're taking their resources now. They're taking the benefits from them now. Cutting off the medical resources. Cutting off Medicaid, which is causing fucking hospitals to go out of fucking business. Cutting food stamps. Saying they're going to make people work. Well, okay, great. You're going to change the standard to make people work. That sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderful. When are you going to make Elon Musk go to work? When are you going to make fucking these damn billion-dollar corporations that are providing military equipment that never shows up? When are we going to deal with that? The person receiving food assistance is not the fucking problem. This lady with this Louis Vuitton purse is not the problem. They want everyone to look down to try to find a problem when the problem, you need to start looking up. We need to start looking up. We need to start paying attention to how these fucking we need to pay attention to how these politicians are dispersing our fucking money. And stop focusing so hard on the disbursement of funds to people who are frauding the system for such a small amount of money you couldn't count it. You couldn't count it. While allowing Trump's donors to be involved in pay for play. Pay for fucking play. They donate to him, all of a sudden they get a new contract. They donate to him, they get no work jobs. They donate to him, they receive a direct benefit, a payment from the government to them. And we don't find no problem with this. We just let it fucking go. And they stand in front of us and they put Marquita Barnes up there and say she's the fucking problem. And we know what that means. We know why they use her, because they could have used the white woman in Minnesota who defrauded way more money than that. She was in the tens of millions of dollars that she fucking defrauded. She was the mastermind of it, and she's in prison right now. She was convicted. They could have used her, but they didn't. Why? Because she's white, and she doesn't give the image they want, because they want you to see it and understand it. We don't have to tell you that she's black. You know who she is. We're going to call her the welfare queen. We're going to say they're defrauding you. We put the picture up. You see it. Now you know. We don't have to describe her anymore. They were calling them the Somalis. You know what a Somali is. You know what they look like. You don't have to have the government tell you she's black. And they won't say she's black. But you'll know. You'll know. And the majority of Americans, as I hate to say, it's not, I won't say the majority, but it's a high fucking percentage, are just fucking racist. They're just fucking racist. And that's how Trump got into power. And that's how they're going to try to hold on to their power by pointing to the welfare queen and saying, this is the reason why you can't get ahead. This is the reason why the economy's fucked up. This is the reason why you can't get a job. It ain't because of anything we've done. It's because of her. And if you fall for the trick, that's your bad, because they're going to keep doing the same shit to you they've been doing to you. When they get more power, they're going to take more money and they're going to give it to their friends so they can fucking continue to hold the power through the donations that they get from these fucking corporations that need the money from the government to survive because they're on corporate welfare. And if you don't believe it, then just see how much money you get in your pocket from out of this deal when you vote for less welfare queens. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm about to get out of here. I set out to do 30 minutes, and I did 32 minutes, which is 2 minutes too long for me. You like the video, hit the like button. If you haven't liked it, then you hit the dislike button. But anyway, I'll holler at you guys later on Glib Talk. Peace.